I'm Kevin O'Connor for This Old House. For the past several months, we have been working with Homes for Our Troops, an organization dedicated to providing specially adapted homes to severely injured American veterans. Over the course of our production, we met many servicemen and women across the country, and we were amazed by their strength, their humility, and their dedication to our country. And so to honor the service of those brave veterans, and of all veterans, we wanted to share their stories with you. Hey, Justin.
Hey, Kevin, how's it going?
All right, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is the home of Justin Gaertner, a retired corporal in the United States Marine Corps. He served 3 tours of duty.
I joined the Marine Corps back in 2007. I was 17 when I originally signed up, and my whole reasoning behind joining the Marine Corps is because I didn't want another man protecting my family's freedom. And I chose to be with route clearance, which was to find IEDs pretty much to clear the road for coalition forces to come by and bring supplies and clear the road for the infantrymen and everything. My job was to pretty much hold out a mining detector and just sweep it across the ground, and you're looking, the metal detector only goes 3 to 4 feet in front of you, and you're just looking for any anomalies in the ground. So it's a really hard job.
So let's talk about the day you were injured on a 3rd deployment. What happened that day?
We were going down a route that we had been down plenty of times, and the second vehicle in our convoy, one of those one-man vehicles, the Husky, had gotten blown up. So I went back across the road again and started sweeping for a helicopter landing zone. And as I was going towards the field, I just stepped off the road and stepped on an IED and got blown up.
And what were you aware of when that explosion happened right underneath you?
I was more worried about everybody else. Tried finding my metal detector. I was like, oh my gosh, we got hit. And I didn't really realize it until, I look around and everybody's still like slowly getting up. It all happened so slow. And right when I went to go lean up, I thought my legs were like kind of under the sand. I didn't realize I got hit until I saw my stomach, and there was glass protruding out of my stomach, and my arm was pretty much blown off. I couldn't even see my arm. Within 30 minutes, 3 IEDs went off, and within 2 minutes, my best friend and I had just gotten blown up.
And you were evacuated?
Eventually, they brought us back to the United States. Bethesda, Maryland is where all the Marines go. And I got thrown right into the ICU.
What did your life look like to you when you were lying in that bed at Walter Reed?
I never knew I was going to be able to walk again. I didn't know anything about prosthetics or nothing. I thought, I'm stuck in this wheelchair forever. And it wasn't until a triple amputee actually came to visit me in the hospital, and I had no idea. He was going through physical therapy at the same time, a Marine. When he walked out, I was like, oh, that was really cool. It was nice seeing that guy. And next thing you know, they're like, he was missing his legs. I was like, no freaking way. There's no way. He was walking perfectly fine, above the amputee, just like me. And so to see that just kind of set the mood, like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna get through this as fast as I can, because I wanna get back overseas.
So you're lying in a hospital bed with no legs, and your thought is that you wanna go back to Afghanistan and continue searching for IEDs to continue to serve?
I mean, my job was the thing I knew the best in my life was to find IEDs. That's what I was good at. I mean, obviously one found me, but that was my job. That's what I knew. That's all I knew I could do.
What did it feel like the first time that you stood up?
I felt like the most powerful guy in the world. I felt like I was the big guy, because here I am, losing my legs overseas, and now I'm standing again. Like, I just felt like just so proud and humble to like get up on these legs.
How's it feel today to walk around at 6'1", seemingly perfectly mobile?
It feels awesome now. I mean, I've an amazing home that Homes for Our Troops gave us, and it just feels great, being able to walk again and do all the things I've done because of prosthetics.
Corporal Justin Gaertner was a minesweeper in the Marine Corps. When on his 3rd deployment, he stepped on an IED. The blast amputated his legs and severely injured his arm and stomach. After extensive rehabilitation at Walter Reed, he was fit with prosthetics and released from the hospital.
When I got out of the Marine Corps, I was with my parents for a couple months. The house just wasn't really adaptive, and carpets, a lot of big steps and thresholds, and I'd get stuck in hallways. I couldn't maneuver. I'd have to get out of my wheelchair and move stuff. I would get my hand stuck in the door all the time, and doors always slamming on my fingers trying to hold it open for my wheelchair to get through. And it was really hard to walk through, roll through. I mean, extremely frustrated.
So how does that compare to where you're living right now in this house?
There's a huge difference between my parents' house and this house, because here, I don't get stuck in the hallways because they're wide enough to fit, I don't know, 5 wheelchairs through. I mean, my bathroom, instead of getting out of my wheelchair and having to crawl through the bathroom to get to the toilet or climb on top of the bathroom counter to brush my teeth because my wheelchair doesn't fit through, now I can, pretty much have a party in my bathroom because, it's huge, and the shower is huge. You could probably fit 5 electrical wheelchairs in there and spin them all in circles, and no one would touch each other.
How important is that level of freedom to you?
This house has given me the opportunity to carry on my mission in life as far as being independent again. Because when I come home, I take off my prosthetics most of the time, and I like to hop in my wheelchair and just relax. I can go into my kitchen and not have to worry about scraping up against all my drawers, and all the cabinets are cut out and everything, so I can just wheel right under when I'm doing my meal prep or something, or if I'm cooking, I don't have to worry about, hitting the cabinets. And so when there's not like a roll under place, they have these cabinets designed to where they come out right to you.
Now look at that, so everything's nice and low, you can get to it from the chair, no problem?
Yeah, exactly. And then everything with, that's up high, I don't have to worry about climbing up on the counter or, stand up in my wheelchair. I can just bring it right down to my level. There's no way I could carry on my mission with my job and trying to have a family if it wasn't for Homes for Our Troops. They've given me my life, is how I see it.
Corporal Justin Gaertner was on his 3rd tour overseas when an IED blast cost him both his legs. After leaving the hospital, he received a home from Homes for Our Troops and was medically discharged from the Marines.
Coming out into the civilian life, it's very scary because not only are you coming out of the military, I'm coming out of the military with no legs, and that's a very scary thought.
And so what are you doing now for work?
I work with Homeland Security Investigations as a computer forensics analyst tracking down pedophiles. I typically have like the 9-to-5 job unless I'm doing a search warrant or a knock and talk, kicking down someone's door or something like that, or doing like an undercover operation or some type of sting like that.
In some respects, are you doing a similar job that you were doing in a different uniform?
Most definitely. The way I see it is like a pedophile or a child pornographer, someone harming kids, is a terrorist in this country.
So you feel like you're still chasing the terrorists?
Yeah.
You are still chasing the terrorists?
Yeah.
So you got a stressful job, obviously you got to sort of manage that. How are you doing that, and what are you doing?
The way that I get through my stress is, the adaptive sports, the marathons, the skydiving, the scuba diving, the snowboarding. And on top of that, now I'm fighting to be on the Paralympic volleyball team and go to the Olympics in 2016 to Rio.
It's a long list of things you're doing.
It's a really long list. The way I see it is since I've lost my legs, I've done more without them than I ever did with them.
Come on, go, up.
I was in the Marine Corps sweeping for IEDs, but that's when I had legs.
Nice job.
I don't have legs now, and I've done 10 marathons. I cycled across the United States and skydiving.
Come on.
Scuba diving,
4.
snowboarding. These are all things I never did when I had legs.
Come on, push. Don't put those down. 3, 2, 1, time. Nice.
How do you explain that?
I think it's the will and drive of someone in the U.S. military. Like, when there's nothing you can do to hold us or stop us from accomplishing what we want in life. I think losing my legs has only made me more proud to be, an American, be proud to be, part of the Marine Corps. It's only made me a better person, to see life for what it really is, because when so much has been taken away from you, you just want to make the best of it and, accomplish as much as you can before, it gets taken away again.